Hey, this is Prez, back after a long break. Elseworlds is finally hit Kenny.com/DC, and it's really one of my favorite times. I love reading the Elseworlds. What happens when you put heroes in extreme otherworldly situations? We've just had the Legacy Cowl Elseworlds drop, which was extremely limited. I think there was only around 260, um, which saw uh, Superman Red Sun themed Legacy Cowl. Now that'd be cool if suddenly we get an airdrop of that comic based on who actually minted those Legacy Cowls. That would be quite a chaser because it leads to all the traits in the Batcowls being activated or potentially being activated in the future because we all know they all spawn from DC Comics themselves. But regardless, from June 27, which is Thursday, to July 8th, we're going to get the Batman Vampire Trilogy, which is going to be 5 per account per comic. So you're looking to potentially spend between $30 to $150, and there's lots of gamification that we could go through. It's very similar to the Court of Owls drop. Now, I really, really, really enjoy this Batman series, this Batman Vampire trilogy for many, many, many reasons. So I'll just go ahead and like just share this with you and read through this with you guys. Now, step in a twisted version of the Gotham City with the Batman Vampire trilogy. Now, this is when this was released. Putting usually, and you could read the forward, but usually, putting Batman into a situation where he has to grow into something else in order to save Gotham and faced with different levels of threats. It's really interesting to see, and it's not even um, it is one of those things where what if you put someone like Batman in a situation? A lot of the text and my favorite text is actually like a script format, and it really takes you into a feel of Dracula actually coming down to Gotham and facing off, with not just with Batman, but decaying the city that he loves. And as the series go through, and we can see like this is never before seen released digitally as a standalone comic. We've seen Batman almost um degenerate, he let's say degenerate, but he really does decay as we go through and turn into something really scary. And Batman is not like your typical Boy Scout Superman, and he's always had a dark theme into him, but he has rules like he's never killed anybody. That's his number one rule. But we can see that as the comics progresses, he becomes an entirely different beast, and we've seen his moral structure bend as we go through. So it's really one of the most chilling reads, in the DC comics, and definitely not for kids, or at least the themes that are in here. Like there's sex, drugs, violence, artificial blood, everything else, and the things that he has to go through. Now we see this; they all open up within a week for the sale, and it's up to you guys. I mean, for the edition sizing, we've seen this already um, from the Court of Owls, I believe, in the end. But those were like there were 7 of them, and I can't remember what the final counts were, but they were around 1,200 each, and there were 7 of them. Now there's only 3 of them in this one, and obviously with an upwards price of 9.99 or 2,000 per comic, that was I think 3,000, ended up being like 1,200. The rarity tiers are core, epic, and legendary. So epic and legendary tend to go just under retail just because of the market condition that we're in, but definitely the core could be used for overdrive, so we can see that retain, like if you get 85% chance again, it'll retain its value because you're going to have to merge them into volume 2 it'll be called, because it was actually out when they've collected all three, and it's only in core and legendary this time, which is really interesting. And of course, if you mint one of each, and I don't expect there to be a rush to mint them, so take your time. But if you mint them from the store, spending around $30, you get this digital stake collectible. Now, this is really interesting because they've done this for the Court of Owls, and really people enjoy 3D collectibles come to life. And of course, you can see, right? This one's got the Batman ears and obviously a wooden stake, which is something that you can imagine you could use against the vampires ultimately that's there. And it's it's like a vampire themed stake. It's really fun, really cool. So yeah, I will be definitely going and to mint at least one of each, and trying my luck for the overdrive. And yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking for this one. It's really fun. um, I went for this maximum even on the Court of Owls, and there was a lot because there's edition and rarity chasers for each one, and obviously the collectors love like multiple variants of comics, and we get a good completion. Actually wanted to go through this, so of course you get a free stake um, collectible if you mint all three. So spend like $30 and you get that. And then yeah, then you can merge and bind them, which is what we're doing mostly for Overdrive these days. But I wanted to go through, you know, um, plenty of reasons why I really enjoy this format. So the first one is, it's not saturating the market. It's actually very focused between the beginning and end. So we see the full completion even for a new person coming into the comic series to actually collect all of the whole storyline into one, and that's why I really enjoy it. I love it. And yeah, I'll be looking to get these, and there is a good case for maximizing just because of all the chances that you can get to sell and flip, and maybe even turn profit, even in this dire market condition that we're in right now. So I just wanted to discuss quickly the current state of where we are in Candy, right? So we've seen obviously like a lot of the floors decrease just because of, I think this is happening generally anyway across multiple platforms, especially when it comes to big IP and NFTs. Like the trend to right now is NFTs are in a bit of a tough spot. And a lot of people are rotating their money into meme coins. Even crypto's taking a hit, and even meme coins now are under question when it comes to all those celebrity coins that's coming. And let's face it, it's not far fetched to think that regulation will be coming for those. So, I mean, I prefer my primarily really. I hope that you guys are here to enjoy the journey of collecting as a DC fan, and we are getting that. We used to get a lot of first appearances as a formula as to like for chasers, but now we're getting concentrated drops in, and even the same day comics that are coming, they're themed with what's being released, so the themes looks like it's Elseworlds. And I just wanted to talk about that quickly, which is the legacy cow, right? So what's the state of the legacy cow? So we've seen um, on legacy cow, this is doing well as well. Anyway, it's holding about above like $15 or more. So no need to talk about the actual Batman Legacy Cow comic. Oh, it is part of it now as well. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, I forget to turn off the filter for it. But okay, so just for the Legacy Cow drops, we can see that because the GCDK has got 808, it's for the people that expected to make money from this, they're just dumping it under retail. And that actually probably you probably think like, okay, the Legacy Scout 1.1 in the safe mode is holding above retail. for the reason of, right, we're gonna be able to use the and vote for the July drop, which is we actually managed to. It's in the inbox, and I hope you guys voted. It looks like fireworks might be happening. Maybe a fire cow, maybe an explosive cow, or was it a an underwater cow? Which is what we're gonna see. What are we gonna see? We're gonna find out soon enough. But for the collectors itself, it looks like the main focus this year are the legacy cows, just because of how we've yet to see how our choices are going to play out. But I do believe everything that we've chosen are going to be impacting the chapter 4, which I hope will come out. And because we haven't seen really the Batcowls storyline start, like into, like, Batman talking about Batcowls themselves. I believe we have to go through the legacy cows before we start anything else for the Batcowls. And of course, that's the main kind of cause of tension right now because of the limited liquidity being drained from going through comics and actually the legacy cow from the back cows. But at the end of the day, you always need your back cow. Now, for back cows themselves, with what's happening, it's pretty cool to see that the back cows are still holding its weight, even though right now, um, comic you don't really need the early access as it stands, just because of the current market conditions. So I would love to see more gamification for the backouts. Maybe they get 50% randomly of the earliest editions. Something like that would, spice up the backhouse and make it mandatory hold. Um, so, it's still quite healthy, in my opinion. And a lot of people are, you know, worried about it. But I would say, yeah, I mean, there's always only going to be one PFP collection that spawned from Batman and DC's first big IP Web3 NFT PFP, right? Um, I would say just hang tight. Your choices for what you guys are um, voting on for the Legacy Cow will have an impact, in my opinion, on the comic book, and I hope I'm right. And but we've seen the year 3 roadmap be released for the Bat House, and I do think it's gonna be something that's gonna make sense to for for Candy to keep making sure that it's relevant because it has brought up so many fans and people identify with them. Um, of course, the market conditions right now aren't the most favorable, but I would say it's a good time to pick up. If you think about the cows when they were 1,000 floor, everyone was like, "I wish I would have picked up more," or "Oh, I wish I was in on that deal." Well, right now you're pretty much in the same level of pricing as what those guys have picked up for, which is the heroes that have been vilified for various reasons. And a lot of big IP right now is struggling. Um, but for me, the number one reason why I'm still sticking is it's fun still to be collecting, and even the upcoming drop for the trilogy. It's it makes sense. It's not saturated. Even the same day drop only happened once. We're not getting inundated with comics. We can follow the storyline. It really makes sense to still be collecting here. And of course, with the info about self custody, we've seen a few more things minted. Now, I hope Q3 is still made as a target, but seeing DC Comics in your self custody wallets is going to be such a bullish scenario, not just for inducting new users as people all want, but really proof of ownership is something that really resonates and will be awesome to see. And getting the Web3 people in that are interested in Batman, there's plenty of them lurking around, and I see a lot of upside with these being truly Web3. So let me know how many you guys are minting for this comic. I would say just keep enjoying the journey, keep collecting what you've always wanted to collect, because it's never been it's never been so yeah, it's never been so tasty to be able to do so. So yeah, I hope you guys are still enjoying the journey, and yeah, let me know how many you guys are going for, and I'll see you in the next video.